And we are live. Oh God. Okay. So, yes, this is on low latency. So, I hope this is not buffering for anyone. So, I'm just gonna sit here like an idiot and wait for people to come. And at the same time, I'll be staring at my screen. I hope nobody can see what I can see on my screen through my specs. Wow. Streaming is so nerve wracking. I have avoided it for a long time. And the whole reason I am streaming today, if you are, by the way, if you are here already, please say hi so I know how many people are actively watching. So the reason I'm streaming today is the video that I'm working on is taking a very long time. Normally, I don't take this long to write, but this time I am. And hi Vipul, hi Nafis. So, so I am taking a while to write, and that's why it's also a heavy video. That's probably hi Bhavesh. Thanks for taking a break from your studies. And yeah, so the video is taking me a long time because it's a very heavy video. I'm having to read stuff for it. Hi Natasha. So reading is another problem in my life. I struggle to read, but I read when I can. Hi Kasim. So yeah, I think a bunch of people are here already. So I'll tell you what I watched in April. Some of the things, and then you guys can also tell me in chat what you guys have watched in the past month, and we can see if if I know about it. We can talk about that, or I will talk about it, and you'll have to listen. Or if I don't know about it, we'll look it up and discuss it. So last month, the four major shows that I watched are Succession, of course, which is still ongoing, and there's Ted Lasso, which is I'm guessing it's ongoing. Yeah, it's still ongoing. So like one episode a week or something. And I've been watching Marvelous Mrs. Maisel also. And I watched Mondar. Mondar is a Bengali show, series, one season, mini series sort of, adapted from Macbeth. And I watched that. I actually watched that because I was making that video. Because it's about Macbeth and films based on Macbeth. But yeah, I didn't like it, and we'll talk about that later in the stream. Nafis, are you going to do these streams regularly? I doubt it. I let's see, honestly. So I'm not at home right now. And once I get home, I can decide whether I can do these more regularly. Even if it becomes regular, it would probably be like once a month or once in 2 months. It's a lot. Oh, Jay has watched Suzume. Yeah, I've been waiting to watch Suzume actually, but I have not yet. It's a Japanese film for anyone. It's an anime, anyone who doesn't know. So yeah, that's pretty interesting. So what show should we discuss first? Anyone has any suggestions to go with first? Even if it's not something I mentioned, if it's something you watched. I also watched Beef on Netflix, of course. So that's another one. So, if anyone has a suggestion on what we can discuss first, or we can just start with the obvious one, which is Succession. I'm just gonna sit here and wait for the comments to roll in. The Wire, okay, Succession. Okay, let's start with Succession anyway. I don't know how many of you guys are watching Succession right now. And Succession is, of course, it is being called one of the greatest shows ever because of it's everything. Everything about it is so high quality. It is incredible to imagine. So you've got amazing direction, of course, cinematography, very tricky cinematography, that mockumentary style that it's called. It's very tricky to do actually, and to actually move the camera in such jarring ways without making it so apparent to the audience that it's distracting. that's very, very difficult, and they achieve it so well in that show. At the same time, the acting, oh my god, the acting, the dialogue. I don't know what the script looks like. I genuinely need to look at a script for Succession and figure out what that really looks like, and how different it is or how similar it is to the way the characters sound, the actors sound. So Succession is of course going really well, and this season we've got a lot of bombs already. One thing with Succession that I've always found is I found it very difficult to follow the language. Everyone talks about how the show has a lot to do with its language, how language is used, how it's manipulated, how words don't mean anything, and at the same time, when words mean something, it makes such a big difference. All of these things. So, and at the same time, I find as an Indian, I don't understand a lot of the jargon, a lot of the words they're saying. They're just like, oh, let's do it, yeah, yeah, fuck it. Suddenly, they're like, let's do. I'm like, what are you doing? Like, what are you talking about? So that happens a lot, but I try to hold on and figure it out as the episodes go. I don't know if that's a me problem or if other people are facing this, but yeah, that's my issue while watching Succession. So I will have to rewatch that the whole show for sure. But Succession is going really well. And I am currently, I don't know about anyone else, but I am really rooting for Tom and Shiv to get together again, because I feel like, spoiler alert, yeah, if you don't want a spoiler for the latest season, you can pause for 10 seconds and then come back. I mean, skip 10 seconds and then come back. So, yeah, so after Logan's death, I think suddenly Shiv and Tom coming together uh, bodes well for their relationship, because it's like Logan's presence in their lives, of course, has caused all this chaos all these years. So maybe this is one big change that is going to happen for them, that without Logan in the picture, they might actually be able to establish some form of a healthy relationship, if at all. So that's an expectation I have right now. And hi, Umar, hi. So that's yeah, that's what I'm hoping for this season. Let me know your theories in the meantime. And yeah, so that's, I think we can. There's so much to talk about Succession. Yeah, of course, Jay is rooting for Greg the Egg. I don't know where Greg is going to end up. You know how they say that Succession is very Shakespearean in many ways. So it's a lot like King Lear. It's almost like adapted, sort of, from King Lear, sort of. But maybe it's not officially adapted, but it looks definitely like an adaptation. And in that Shakespearean setting, Greg is the jester, right? So Greg and Tom, they are the jesters. Often there are pairs of jesters also in a show. And while Tom has a heavier role, Greg is a complete jester. And it's interesting to see what you can do with a character who has had so much, who doesn't have any actual influence in the show, who's actually being influenced to do everything else in the show. But can he at the end win something, get some kind of power when he has not had any all this time? And because, especially because he started out as a perspective, as the audience's perspective, like walking in from the first season, Greg was giving us, uh, telling us what we would look like in that world. So then, as the show developed, we became a part of that world, and so did Greg. So he started playing their games and all of that. Um, so it's very interesting to see that. But yeah, I mean, every single actor is so good, every single character. It's difficult to just root for one and not care about the next. But yeah, I have to say I'm kind of glad that Logan is dead. He was very triggering as a person. I mean, great acting, beautifully made character, but very triggering, very, very triggering. What are my views on You? So You, Kana, I have watched every season except the latest season, because I'm honestly tired of it. It's it. made certain points in the first season, like, even though people completely misinterpreted it at the time, and a lot of women were going and saying, oh my god, what's his name, I forgot his name also, yeah, he's so cute, he's so hot, and they're like, guys, it's the character, the character is a serial killer. Liking the actor is one thing, but don't thirst after a serial killer. But then the first season was actually showing how stalking in the world of social media has changed, and how all of this. And in the second season, they also made him look a lot dumber than in the first season. So there was something or the other happening up to the third season, but then I completely, I dissociated when he got to London, and by the end of that season, I was like, "Ha, theek hai, ho gaya abhi." And they introduced one more killer. I'm like, "Ha, that's enough for me. I'm kind of done." So yeah, that's what I think of you at the moment. I think Kendall Umer is saying, I think Kendall will fail at the end. Yeah, could be. You never know. Yeah. So yes, that. So next, let's talk about Beef. Beef. I'm guessing a lot of you may not have watched Beef, but Beef is a really really good show. It's on Netflix, like I mentioned. Steven Yeun and Ali Wong are the stars, and Beef is basically about anger and rage, and how as a society we are being conditioned and told that you have to control your rage, you have to be zen, you have to be chill, you have to be cool. But the show is about these two characters who are so engulfed in that rage against each other that they can't relate to society anymore, and finally where that rage leads them. So it's really really amazing to see that. And it's beautifully done, the end is beautiful, the characters are well done, the acting is great, the setting is a little different from what I've seen before, so it's really nice. I'd highly recommend that show. And it's definitely a journey, like you never know what's going to happen. Like I kept predicting, oh, this is what's next, but they always did something different, so that was really nice to see. Yeah, Ajay says, I love Kendall, but he will fail. Yeah, I think there's a very strong chance that all the kids are going to fail. I think Shiv might be saved because of Tom for some reason. In that respect, rather, in because of her relationship with Tom, she as a person has some form of redemption in life. But I think both the other kids are a bit doomed at the moment. Um, is Beef based on the incidents related to India? I have no idea. I don't think it's based on anything. At least I didn't see that mentioned anywhere. But it's about a road rage. Basically, someone hits someone with a car, and then they start hitting, like chase, going on a car chase on the street, and like they get angry at each other, and then they have a. It's a proper like trying to take revenge against each other, and where that goes. So that's really interesting. It's a different kind of story. भावेश wanna hear your reviews on Made in Heaven. Made in Heaven तो बहुत time हो गया देखे हुए. Of course, it was a great show, the first season at least. So let's see when the second season comes and what happens. I have not seen, Cinephile Buddy asks, have you seen PS2 yet? I have not yet seen Ponniyin Selvan. And I am waiting for the day when I am relaxed, I have the time, I am ready to watch a long film in a theater, and when I'm sure that there will be subtitles, that's when I'm going to watch it. And the problem is, the first film I had to watch it in Hindi because I was in Jamshedpur at the time and it was only available in Hindi. And so it was really bad. The dubs were really bad. Like compared to that, Telugu films have better dubs. And Ponniyin Selvan 1 had terrible dubs, but anyway. एक्सक्यूज मी सो यस हैव यू वॉच जुबली भाई मैंने वीडियो बनाया भाई जुबली पे प्लीज देख लो इसके पहले there is already a video about Jubilee. So yes, I have watched Jubilee, so I'm not necessarily discussing it here. Jubilee was a very hot and cold kind of show. I liked it, like on a from a story point of view, from an entertainment point of view, I liked it. I like the setting, art design, cinematography, all of that. I've mentioned some of it in the video, but it does fall short in some ways, especially when it comes to the performances. Yes, Ajay, please check it out after the live. So yeah, everyone, please watch Beef. I among films, let me tell you, this last month I watched Vivah and I watched Prem Ratan Dhan Payo. Why did I watch them? I don't know. I just felt like suddenly one day that I want to watch Viva. मैंने पूरा देखा नहीं है, so I should watch it. And I watched the whole film. And then I watched Prem Ratan Dhan Payo because I started to get an idea for a video simmering through that. And then when I watched Prem Ratan Dhan Payo, my idea was complete. Like I had a full-fledged idea by the end of that. So let's see if I make that video soon. I will have to do a lot more research on Suraj Barjatia for that video. So I'll see when that happens. Okay. Cinephile, love your analysis of first episode of Jubilee. Thanks, man. Dhruv, what is your favorite Indian director and why and favorite movie? Yeah, nahi pata yaar. If you suddenly ask me favorite Indian director, I don't necessarily have a favorite Indian director. There are certain directors whose style and whose form I like Anurag Kashyap and Motwane and say Neeraj Ghewan. All of these guys, I really like their style, the things they have to say. I like those. So yeah, and there's no favorite movie as such. At yesterday, I had a different favorite movie. Today, I have a different favorite movie. So it changes. Yeah, it depends on where you are in life. अजय हाँ वो फिर फायर वाली अच्छा सॉरी आई वाज रीडिंग इट एज फिरे फायर वाली या एनआरजी मैंने देखे लव्ड इट हाँ ओके थैंक्स जय इज दैट गोना बी रिलेटेड टू इंडियन ग्रेटेस्ट मिथ्स लाइक रामायण इज व्हाट गोइंग टू बी रिलेटेड टू दैट oh Suraj Barjatia no 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 it's not that deep it's not going to be that hardcore it's not it's going to be very chill and fun. Did you check out Dune? Yeah, I watched the trailer. I don't have any thoughts on it because I watched the first film and I didn't have a big reaction to it. I know that's supposed to be blasphemous, but I didn't. The big visuals never necessarily move me. What does move me is story, and at that point, I didn't catch much of the story happening. So I'm waiting. Let's see what the next part brings. Maybe the next part will build it up for me. And I'm sure people are already pissed at me for saying that. But yeah, watching mat band karna, please. Really wanted to see you live, but completely forgot about it and started playing Valorant. It's okay. I forgive you. I would have started playing The Sims 4 and forgotten about the stream myself. So I completely, it's forgivable. Yeah. Shivam Ghosh, you watched Makbul recently. Yeah, okay, so that's why I watched Mondar. I am doing a video about Macbeth, and Makbul is, of course, a part of it, so you will hear about my thoughts soon. Yeah, Chalchitra Talks, I follow them, and I honestly am not I never get this idea of collaboration, so I never really think about collaborating with anyone because I don't know what to collaborate on or what to do, and I'm always stuck with my own ideas and trying to carry them out, so that never comes up. But let's see if that happens. I'm already lost in these questions. Let's quickly move on to one more thing that I watched, and then I'll come back to the questions. So yeah, I have been watching Ted Lasso, the latest season. Ted Lasso is as beautiful as ever. Anyone who's not been watching Ted Lasso, please look it up. Don't ask me where you can watch it. You will have to find ways to watch it, which I will not mention on a public platform. So, Ted Lasso is about, your Premier League, Barclays. पहले Barclays था अभी कुछ और है शायद I don't know. The football league that happens in UK. Um, Basically an American coach is brought in to coach one of the lowest ranking teams at in within the Premier League. So it's about him and it's a comedy and it's beautifully done. It's very positive characters, very well rounded. I never thought that characters with layers can be shown as being so bright and cheerful and colorful, and you can still make someone funny while making them normal or making them happy or just making them a person that you want around you. It's difficult to explain, but it's a beautiful show that way. So please watch Ted Lasso. The latest season is going on and it's great. And I'm just waiting for Ted to get with what's her name. Is her name Michelle? Please tell me that the big boss ka name is Michelle. I think it's Michelle. So I'm just waiting for that to happen. Yes. So, which Pride and Prejudice do you love the most? The BBC one from the 1990s, the Colin Firth one. That is the undisputed champion of all Pride and Prejudices. I do not like Keira Knightley. So I don't mind the 2005 one, but it wasn't quite as authentic. It was a little more modern than the original. I like things to be a little traditional. Jojo Rabbit, yes, Jojo Rabbit is a great film. Um, Part two, okay, yeah, part two might explore the characters exactly. For I'm guessing you're talking about Dune. Um, okay. Yeah, I know all this, Jay. I know all this about Dune. So I honestly, it comes down to the filmmaking. Sometimes some things will resonate with you, it will not resonate with me. So that happens. And that's why a lot of Christopher Nolan's work also. I recently watched Memento like 2, 3 days back, and I really, really liked it. It's so simple, but it's so beautifully done. It's simple in the sense, simple elements, not complicated it. Not he's not complicated it with the spectacle or the objects or just the number of characters is so limited. But it he with them he plays such a good game that it's a wonderful experience to watch. I don't get that when I watch an Interstellar. Okay, so I that happens. I don't resonate with a lot of his work, but then I was very happy to watch Memento. So I'm hoping that Oppenheimer will have something that I'll appreciate. So a lot of people will hate me for saying that about Interstellar, but I don't care. So yes, yes, Joji bhi rahega. Don't make me give away my next video. Okay. Have you seen Nanpakal? No, I have not. Yes. Okay. Next thing I watched. Next thing I watched is this film called Akanno Borti. I think a lot of Bengalis are watching my stream right now. I don't know how many of you have watched it. It's on Hoichoi. It's a really nice film. It's a feel good film. And I avoid Bengali films these days because a lot of them are just complete trash, badly made, or sometimes they have a good concept, but they are just badly executed and it comes across as absolute shit. But Akanobati is made really well. It's a little long, I think, but it's really good. And it explores a lot of different small feminist concepts, and it's nice. It's based in a Bonedi Badi, like one of those old houses where Durga Puja happens, a family house, and there's a thing being shot there, a series or a film or something, and it's a really enjoyable film. So it's a nice family film to watch with your family. Yeah, but on your own also it's really nice. And yeah, so there's a parallel discussion happening in the comment section right now. Okay, so that's one thing that I watched. And yeah, next, I what's the other thing that I forgot about? Okay, Mondar, coming to Mondar. So Mondar, which one do you want me to name again? The film that it's called Akanno Borti. So it's spelled Ekkanno Akanno Borti, Borti. Yeah. So yeah. Um Yes, so let's talk about Mondar. Because I'm making a video about Macbeth, I decided that I'll also watch Mondar because I knew people will come and tell me to watch it if I made a video and didn't mention it at all. So now Mondar is also based on Macbeth. It is set in a fishing village in West Bengal where the language is also very different. It's a different dialect from the standardized Bengali that we speak. So I really like the setting going in. I like the way they have taken on the language. It sounded authentic. I don't know how authentic it was, but it sounded and looked pretty authentic. Didn't look gimmicky at all. So I liked that. So I went in expecting nothing, and by the middle I was like, okay, this is going well. They are trying a lot of new techniques and stuff, and they've established the characters and all of this is happening. Let's My expectations kind of grew, and then they destroyed the show. Because I am sorry, how can you make the witch kill Macbeth? I don't get it. It makes no sense. So one thing about Macbeth is, after watching Makbul and Joji, I have figured out that you can either do exactly what Shakespeare said, or you can give him a new perspective, add a new perspective, create something of your own out of it. But here, what they did is they didn't entirely understand the logic of the play, in the sense that, Macbeth was well loved by Duncan. That is why he betrayed Duncan. So, these things, the uh, situation, the relationships between characters, the way the characters were, these things really matter. And when you're changing that equation, you have to justify it in some way. You'll see that being justified in Joji, because Joji takes a completely different take, and I'll talk about it in that video. But yeah, I think Mondar really missed the mark when it comes to interpreting the play, or even making a statement of their own. It didn't make a statement at the end, because what happened? Nothing happened. If fate came and killed you, that's not a statement. Sorry, but yeah, that's what I think of Mondar. Yeah. Yes, I am. Okay, can you name it again? Yes, I named it. You couldn't understand the radio and TV sounds. I am not sure what you're talking about. Wait, you guys were having a parallel discussion, so I don't know. Okay. Never mind. Yeah, oh, you're talking about Joji. Radio and TV sounds, yeah, I also didn't pay that much attention to them, to be honest. But yeah, I did, of course, heavily depend on the subtitles. Yes, so those are the things I have watched last month. Recently, like I said, I watched Memento. I also started watching Attack on Titan today, which Jay was very excited about. And I have finished like 15 odd episodes, and it's going well. It has slowed down right now, so let's see. I was not really expecting to watch anything this heavy, but I knew that it would be heavy, going in knowing the name of the show is Attack on Titan. But it's fine. Let's see how long I take to finish it, or if I finish it. But I think it's a very well designed show, like most anime, like most good anime. It's very well done. So let's see. Now, how about you guys tell me some of the things that you guys watched recently? My favorite sitcom. What is my favorite sitcom? I don't have a favorite sitcom. Honestly, does Bob's Burgers count as a sitcom? Because that's all I watch these days. Yeah, I mean, see, I'll tell you, I really loved Brooklyn Nine-Nine, but I really hated the last season. I love Superstore. Superstore is a really good show from the start to the end. Schitt's Creek is wonderful. I love Schitt's Creek. So those three come to mind. I am not actively watching sitcoms right now, so I can't think of any others. Yeah, you watched the Back to the Future trilogy. Interesting. Yeah, I only watched the first film, so I don't know about the next two, but that's nice. Let me know what you think of those. So if you guys suddenly see my pink pajamas, you'll have to excuse me. I'm sitting on the floor. I'm not at home, by the way, so I'm I'm sitting on the floor and doing this. Um, you finished watching Sopranos. I've been wanting to start Sopranos, but I'm not in the headspace. That's interesting. What did you think of it? Hmm. Euphoria. Euphoria is it's a complicated show. I mean, is it worth watching? I guess, yeah. I mean, it'll give you a fresh perspective. If going in you think, why is everything so dramatic? Just understand that it's a show that's trying to show you the perspective of the teenagers in the way it shows everything. That this is how they perceive their reality to be highly, dramatic and very like saturated colors and things like that. That's kind of their reality in their head. um, and also there are very heavy themes in that which I don't relate to from my school time, because our school years were a lot more prudish. I don't know about what they are now. But yeah, so it's interesting to watch. You can watch it. It's a different kind of show. It's not like any other teenager show around. Yes. Okay. Mammootty. Mammootty. How do you pronounce it? Please tell me. Okay. No, I have not watched that either. Hmm. All right. Okay. What else, guys? I think I'm pretty much done discussing all the shows and films that I had. Is there anything else? So yeah, I basically did this stream for anyone who joined later. I did this stream because I wanted to stay connected on YouTube and not disappear suddenly for 2 weeks. Because I am working on a video, it is taking time. If it's going to be a more investigative video, it will take time. So let's hope that comes out well. And yeah, that's pretty much all I've been doing. So if there's any questions, you can list them right now and then we're gonna stop. I'm just gonna sit here and wait for comments to show up. Yes, you love the aesthetic of Euphoria, and yeah, it's crazy. It's yeah, even I was wondering if I'm going to see if I'm going to watch season 2, but yeah. No, I have not seen Tora's husband. I'll watch the trailer. Uh, you would have written an essay to pen down what you thought, but it was fantastic. Watch Currently Obsessed. I don't know what you're talking about. Sopranos, okay. Right. Got it. I still have to watch that. Okay, any other questions? So, how many of you, Oppenheimer and Barbie are coming out on the same day, right? So, how many of you are going to go for Barbie first, and how many of you are going to go for Oppenheimer first? I know which one I am going for first. Recently watched Baby Driver, okay? In Baby Driver, I feel the characters are very reductive. Yeah, I know everyone is going to watch Oppenheimer first. Not me. I will be lining up for Barbie because I cannot wait to see what Greta Gerwig has done with Barbie. And it's Barbie, so come on. I have to watch it. But yeah, I really hope it doesn't flop because of Oppenheimer because Greta Gerwig deserves all the viewership. I mean, I'm sure Oppenheimer would be good too, and it will deserve the viewership too. But come on, it's Barbie and it's Greta Gerwig. Hi, Manav. Hi. So I'll wait for another 1 minute for questions, and then we'll go for dinner. I'm hoping everyone else has not eaten either because I haven't. No, I'm sure some of you are already eating, but whatever it is. Yes. So that. Okay, if you're hearing noises, I'm sorry. Ugh. Oh God. What is happening? Okay. No, I don't think Barbie will turn into cats. Can you not? Please. I mean, yes, you better trust Greta. I Cats was outrageous. That's ek to it's a musical. I don't like American musicals in the first place, but Cats was a little. Um, Yeah, I'm sure it will actually overlap for Oppenheimer and Barbie because there are people like me who want to watch both. And I know most men don't like to watch films about women, but I think men need to watch more films about women and they'll discover a lot of things that they haven't seen before. And women anyway watch films that men watch, so the audience always overlaps in that case. But yeah, recently discovered your channel. Thank you. Short film discussion. I haven't seen a good short film in a while, so it hasn't. I don't feel like really doing a stream about any good short films that if I see any, I will do that again. आपको अभी बनाना पड़ेगा हाँ बनाइए डिनर बनाइए of course I didn't watch Cats यार why would I watch Cats no you watched Star recently yeah you told me na after that you made me watch Star I watched Star and it was pretty good. Yeah, that's all I have to say about Tar. I didn't have a specific reaction to it. It was good. Yes. Who's Michael Cera? Let me look him up. I forgot who it is. Michael. One second. अरे यार, Michael. Oh, this guy. Okay, got it, got it. Yeah, yeah, there are a lot of guys who never age. Kieran Culkin is also one of those. So, yes. Okay, I think we are all done here, right? We are all wrapped up. So, yeah. Okay. So, thanks, guys. Thanks for coming for this little stream. It was very simple. I hope you don't mind it. Sometimes it's nice to just chill and have a little discussion. It's fun and try encounter with faces, albatross soup, and the village. Okay, I will. And anyway, I normally do streams about Indian films, so let's see. Anyway, let's see. Today was great. Thank you. Yeah, nice. Thanks for having fun with me. And yeah, keep watching more shows, more films, and we'll talk about them in the future. When are you coming back for another live? I don't know. I honestly don't know. Please upload it. Yeah, I think this will be uploaded anyway, so don't worry about it. And thank you so much for joining me. And I will see you in the upcoming video. Bye. Okay, bye.